So, I'm in a bit of an Arkham mood right now. Many criticisms have been made towards the story of Batman Arkham Knight, so I'm interested in pushing back on more of these criticisms, a decent amount of which I've seen in this video, everything wrong with Batman Arkham Knight, so that'll be the focus of today's response. I'm sure the guy made it just for the fun of the gimmick, but I enjoy responding to story criticism nonetheless. Let me know if there are some other Arkham takes you want me to cover, and I'll take a look at those as well. With that said, let's get started.
How come this cop sees everyone else in the diner as a monster except the waitress?
This isn't true. We see in the background that the waitress is clearly a monster as well.
Gotham really needs to do something about all these giant TV billboards that supervillains are always hacking to send messages to Batman.
They do. The problem is that the villains are skilled enough to bypass it. That doesn't mean there weren't any security precautions whatsoever.
Hell, how does Scarecrow hack all of them at the same time? They're connected to different buildings, meaning they're running off different servers and networks.
So he went after multiple buildings instead of just one. Is that really hard to believe?
If Scarecrow's fear toxin goes through everything, even gas masks, why does he bother wearing a gas mask?
It's part of the visual design. He wants to make his actual face resemble his mask. This is stated by the character bio and even stated by the thugs in the game.
Have you seen him? Yeah, up close. He's done something to his face, hasn't he? Looks like he's taken a knife and cut chunks out of it. Rumor is he got his face torn off by some freak called Killer Croc. Really? Looks deliberate to me. Yeah, well, I guess he figured he should look the part. You know, like a scarecrow.
Gotham, this is your only warning.
Scarecrow's threat worked. Yesterday, there were 6.3 million people in Gotham City. Today, not so many.
If all the civilians have evacuated, who exactly is left for Scarecrow to threaten? If he releases his fear toxin, the only people getting a dose are his own men and criminals who stayed behind. What exactly is the threat here?
They explained this in the game. Did you play it?
I've just run a simulation based on the mixing chamber capacity. He's not bluffing, Bruce. I guess now we know why he evacuated the city.
He needed control of the plant. Only Ace Chemicals has the facilities to build a bomb of this size.
The fallout will be huge.
We played right into his hands. He didn't care if everyone ran.
He knew that no one would be able to escape the blast radius.
Were you expecting to find me, Batman?
Supervillains sure do love to use multi-monitor setups for antagonizing Batman. And Scarecrow didn't even know Batman would show up here tonight.
He would have been alerted of his presence, which would provoke him to respond, and he suspected Batman might show up here, which is why he plays on the fact that Batman was expecting him here.
Nothing like a little natural immunity.
If Poison Ivy is immune to Scarecrow's toxin, why did he have her locked up in a gas chamber with it like it was a threat? And if she's the only thing that can possibly stop his toxin, why keep her alive?
Because Scarecrow had no way of knowing that Poison Ivy could counter it. Ivy is being slightly dishonest here when she claims it's natural immunity. She later proceeds to elaborate that she actually had to create a spore to counter the fear toxin.
I created a spore to counter the effects of Crane's toxin. It's easy when you know how, and can manipulate plants on a molecular level.
Could it protect the entire city?
Theoretically, but there's no way I can produce enough on my own.
And no, before someone says, but her name is Poison Ivy, that doesn't mean she's immune to literally every form of poison ever. Titan is a poison as well, but she wasn't capable of countering it, even when she believed that her plants were suffering for it.
Titan must be having a different effect on Ivy. Her plants are growing. They'll soon be out of control.
There's a plant growing deep in Arkham Island. Only it can counter the effects of this Titan strain. And what if I don't want to?
Then I burn every plant in Gotham.
Poison Ivy falls for the kind of empty threats a child would make.
Is she prepared to take that risk? What's her plan if Batman isn't bluffing?
Nature always wins.
Batman has the superpower of off-screen bullshit, since that's the only way you can explain him getting free from the vines and down here so fast.
Or he cut his way open, which he can clearly do because he has gauntlets that have blades on them. And if he knows where the elevator leads to, then he just needs to grapple his way to the exit.
If Scarecrow really wanted to beat Batman, all he had to do is tie a civilian to each of his drone tanks so Batman couldn't destroy them with the Batmobile.
They explained this in the game. They want Batman at his best.
Come on then, hero! Let's see if you can keep up with me! Nice shooting! Wish you could be in there, but you just hold back!
The reason they want Batman at his best is to make it more meaningful when Batman is shown to be the hero who failed to save the city. It's their way of making him suffer, which they're both established to want.
Batman would have had to strip to get into his new Batsuit. He did that yards away from armed criminals holding a hostage. Not to mention it's raining out. Getting into a skin-tight rubber suit is nigh impossible while wet.
I mean, yeah, 76 yards is technically yards away. That's still a lot of yards away, enough to where he couldn't be noticed by people who are staying inside. Also, the suit isn't skin tight when he puts it on. Notice how it expands when Batman is putting it on, but tightens once the suit is on.
What the hell?
How does a helicopter that loud just appear without anyone being aware?
They did notice it, once it flew closer to them and was within their eyesight.
Especially if it was hovering under the bridge this whole time.
Or it just flew there instead.
Time to die, old man.
In death, he has nothing left to fear.
Scarecrow keeps the Arkham Knight from killing Batman here. Okay, whatever. You go ahead and do your cliche villain thing where you can only kill the hero after you've broken him. Here's a ding for that.
I don't see how that's worthy of sinning, since that reflects Scarecrow's ideology. In death, Batman has nothing left to fear.
Without fear, life is meaningless.
But Batman couldn't have known it would go down like that. He just walked straight up and stared down an armed attack chopper that blew up a bridge.
Because he wants to distract the helicopter. Gordon and his men need to take cover, and if the helicopter is to attack, Batman wants to be the main target, which he can take because he has armor designed to protect him from bullets and explosions.
I fully intend to kill you. But first, we're gonna make you suffer.
If you know everything about Batman and how he operates as you claim, then you should know that this is the worst possible thing you could do and has screwed over every villain in Gotham at some point.
The difference between them and the Arkham Knight is that none of these villains know how Batman thinks. None of them have inside knowledge of who he is and how he operates. Jason does. That's why he believes that he can afford to draw this out, even if he's less patient than Scarecrow.
You think you can outwit me? You think I'm just like all the others? I did it. Cornered you. Done what no one else could. All these years, all your enemies. But none of them understands you like I do. You think Crane found Oracle on his own? I'm the one who told him about Barbara. Me! I told you I knew everything about you, didn't I?
And just a few minutes ago, you were ready to blow him away before Scarecrow stopped you.
Which is before Scarecrow convinced him to draw it out further. The reason Jason is less adamant on this is because he's growing impatient due to how much time they've been spending just to prepare for this. And merely seeing Batman there for the first time in years, someone tied to his instability and trauma, is enough to make him think less rationally and play into his angry temptation to kill him. Even though he had this planned out ahead of time, merely seeing him in person again was always going to be a significant moment for Jason. One shocking enough to emotionally throw him off, so he acts without thinking. The first time will always come with the most shock and heightened emotions. Scarecrow knew this and kept his eye on Jason for this exact reason, so that he could stop him if his emotions get in the way. It's Scarecrow that reasons with him to ease his emotions and remain focused on what their plan was.
I had him in my sights. I could have ended it right there.
We have not broken him yet. It will come.
Now I've waited long enough. Batman dies. Tonight.
Why do you hate him so much?
You can never understand.
Your revenge is at hand. This is his last night.
I'll make sure of it. And just so we're both on the same page here, I fully intend to kill you. But first, we're gonna make you suffer.
This shows that Jason can be reasoned with under the right circumstances. The plan hasn't failed or been severely jeopardized, so Jason can be reasoned with by this point. And it's not like he was ever against the concept of making Batman suffer. He just doesn't want to draw it out as long as Scarecrow does, but he can be reasoned with to compromise.
If you want him dead, why come to me? You seem capable.
He needs to suffer. I suffered, so he will too.
So, it's personal. Well, there are many in this city with a gift for causing harm.
Not that kind of pain. The real kind.
You want him afraid.
I've seen what your toxin does. I want that.
You're well informed about all of us Arkham Knights, but you're wrong about something. I don't want Batman dead. I want him unmade.
He's better off dead.
Kill him and you martyr him. You make him a legend, but break him, humiliate him, terrify him, and hold him up for the world to see. Then he's nothing but a man.
Look, you can do what you want, Crane, but when you're done, I will kill him.
Very well, but know this. It will be an act of mercy when you do.
It's only later, when the plan is actually falling apart, when Jason starts to go against Scarecrow. And what I think is smart about the writing is that Scarecrow is shown to remain emotionally stable, while Jason is notably more emotional in jeopardizing the plan. It shows us the clear difference between how the two characters operate, and explains why their decisions keep clashing with one another, and why Jason ends up making more mistakes. Scarecrow has a practical reason to want to draw this out. He thinks to kill Batman is to show mercy, and creates a martyr out of him, which defeats the goal of making a myth of Batman and what he represents. He's more so driven by practicality and a clearly defined ideology. Jason is more emotionally driven. He's a child with too much power, lashing out against the world that failed him depending on how he feels at the moment. And Scarecrow has to be the one to keep him in control so the plan proceeds as logically as possible, to a degree where he talks to Jason like a child and even treats him with kid gloves when he's jeopardizing the plan. You can hear it in how the voice actor delivers his lines.
Your escort is almost gone, Knight. Protect the cloudburst. Withdraw. You can't defeat me. The cloudburst is too powerful. What do you think you're doing? Finishing the job. This is not the plan we agreed upon. It's a plan that works. Scarecrow can choke on his toxin, Batman. He's trying to overheat the cloudburst. Leave now. He cannot win! You will have your chance to kill him. I'm not waiting anymore.
So when you consider the wider context, it makes sense when the characters are choosing to kill or draw out the conflict.
How do I shut it down?
You better hope it didn't have anything to do with the console you just smashed his head into.
Except he didn't actually smash the console, as it's shown to remain intact for Batman to use. These are merely light displays that wouldn't be needed to command a shutdown. Any necessary controls are intact, so he can still enter commands.
See? How do you like it when people move off screen when you look away for a second?
The call lasted for around 5 seconds, and the glitch lasted for 3 more. That is more than enough time to just get up and move.
Alternatively, what exactly was Scarecrow's plan here? How could he foresee that mentioning Barbara Gordon to Batman would make him unnecessarily turn around to contact her, letting him slip out the door in the few seconds Batman was distracted? Had Batman faced Scarecrow while contacting Barbara, Scarecrow's part of the game would be over.
Fear makes you predictable.
Let me go, or she dies.
What are you talking about? Barbara Gordon.
Scarecrow took over Ace Chemicals so he could manufacture his toxin, which also means he would have been the one to manufacture the neutralizing agent that Batman used to stop the chemical weapon. Why would you create the only way to stop your evil plan in the midst of carrying out your evil plan?
What if there's a chemical leak? What if the containment gets breached? Wouldn't it be useful to have a neutralizing agent in the event that happens?
Before it killed him, Joker sent his infected blood out to all the hospitals in the state.
I know, we tracked it all down.
Yeah, about that. I'm still wondering how you cured that since the last of the cure was destroyed in Arkham City.
Batman delivered a sample of his blood to Robin to help Gotham General.
Take this, get it analyzed, and start searching the hospitals and emergency rooms. Anyone with this blood in them will be dead within 24 hours.
Whose blood is it? Oh, it's yours, isn't it? I'll get it to the hospitals and come back. You need my help here.
And in Harley Quinn's Revenge, it's stated that Batman delivered a cure for everyone.
As we now know, Joker's infected blood was delivered to the hospitals and administered to patients, infecting them too. As far as we know, Batman delivered a cure, and it appears that all known victims of the Joker's plot are responding well.
5 people were affected. Untreated, the blood's gestated too long. It's altering them. They're becoming...
Joker.
How does Titan poisoning in Joker's blood turn people into Joker? I mean, I know this is DC Comics logic, but still, it was spelled out pretty clearly that it kills you.
They explained it. Did you play it?
The blood's gestated too long. It's altering them. It's a form of Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, but mutated beyond anything on medical record.
They're clearly explaining that the blood mutated into something else, which isn't physically turning them into the Joker. It's making them think they're the Joker, so they start acting like him.
You said 5, I only count 4. There's one missing.
He'll be here soon.
Okay, so Batman is obviously referring to himself here, regardless of how little sense that makes, since Batman was the first person to be cured of Joker's poisoning, and it was stated that this new disease is the result of that going untreated for too long.
Which is why Batman doesn't show any real symptoms of it. The only mental side effects he faces are a product of the fear toxin, not the Joker disease. The reason he created the 5th cell was because he was paranoid that he could be one of them, considering he was the first one to be infected with the blood and had to deal with it for a long time before it was cured out of his system. So for all he knows, it could have mutated without him realizing. The fifth cell isn't a confirmation he has the disease, it's precautionary.
So that would mean every person infected by Joker's blood in Arkham City is at risk of turning into a Joker, not just these 5.
Except these 5 were the ones they missed, and most of them showed symptoms of the disease.
Joker sent his infected blood out to all the hospitals in the state.
I know, we tracked it all down.
We missed some.
How?
Hospital errors. Transfusions that went unrecorded. 5 people were affected. Untreated.
The only reason Henry is here is because he was infected for longer, but he had the least amount of symptoms, so there must be something they can work with to find a cure.
Colleen? Is that you again?
How exactly does a brain disorder show Batman memories of things only Joker could remember?
The disease isn't causing him to see this. It's the fear toxin that's giving him a visual of how this would have played out. And there's 2 ways he would have known this. For 1, Barbara would have told him. And 2, Joker literally took photos of it, and there's no way he didn't show them off to Gordon, who was working with Batman.
Candy grab!
Aren't you technically still Batgirl at this point in time? Why didn't you just attack Joker and take the gun instead of running away? And why run to the opposite end of the room like that was a safe zone? There's no escape path there. Honestly, how did you get the job as Batgirl?
When Batgirl attacks people with guns, this is while she has the safety of bulletproof armor. She doesn't have it in this case, so it's reasonable that she'd try to run as opposed to giving the Joker a clean shot. I also don't expect the most optimal behavior from her when she only had seconds to react to someone pulling a gun on her when she thought her friend was at the door. It's an instinctual reaction to being threatened.
In The Killing Joke, which this is a reference to, Joker shoots and photographs Barbara to drive Gordon insane. Here it's just a reference to that comic without all that annoying subtext. That tends to be a reoccurring sin in the Arkham games.
How do you know that the Joker isn't trying to drive Gordon insane? Why do you think he's taking the pictures? Why do you think he targeted her in the first place? It's clearly to get to Gordon.
Oh, if I'd only had a video camera when I swept Barbara off her feet. Poor old Jimbo had to make do with a slideshow.
I'll do this on my own.
Since when have the police in Gotham ever been able to do anything on their own?
It's almost as if Gordon is making a more emotional decision as opposed to a rational one, because he feels his trust was betrayed by Batman, and this is regarding his daughter, which he is very sensitive to.
Augmented reality is apparently just as good as a vision into the past, since that's what Batman uses it for here to find where the Arkham Knight took Barbara.
Except it's not showing realistic graphics. It's displaying models with a predictive simulation that improves with the more information it receives.
Shouldn't Batman be dead? Or at the very least out of commission? He just took a bullet in the kidney.
The armor prevented it from penetrating his skin, so by comparison, it'd be like someone without armor taking a huge punch to the gut.
Batman's in the control room. Show him what happens when he messes with minds.
So let me get this straight. You had Batman dead to rights, but decide to leave him on the ground and send in your goons to fight him instead.
He explains in the scene that he's not trying to kill him right now, and Batman performing better than he remembers ups the thrill of making him suffer.
You're good, Dark Knight. Even better than I remember. It's gonna make it even more satisfying when I kill you.
It would also be a bad idea to violate Scarecrow's orders here, because Jason now knows that Scarecrow is keeping a close eye on him, so that he doesn't ruin his plans. If Scarecrow orders the tanks to shoot Jason for ruining his plan, that would be a problem.
I'll tell you, just stop!
You would think the Arkham Knight would have informed his men that Batman doesn't kill, meaning this is just an empty threat.
That doesn't mean he won't be brutal.
What is Penguin paying these guys? They stand around in a room full of guns and watch as Batman beats up their boss.
If they shoot at him, then they risk shooting Penguin.
I know Batman was hallucinating that he was attacked by a gang of Jokers when in reality it was the Arkham Knight's men, but why didn't they kill Batman when they had the chance? He's right there on the ground where you left him. You have guns. Shoot him!
Because they're under Scarecrow's orders.
Batman just stuck a harpoon in Stag's chest and it didn't kill him.
It's a claw that grabs him. It doesn't stab him.
Sir, Scarecrow is broadcasting across Gotham. You need to see this.
He is? Just a second ago, he was being flown by a helicopter on the outside of the cloudburst. Where did he find time to make it to a recording studio?
He planned this setup ahead of time, so he easily could have pre-recorded this and ordered his men to broadcast it, which makes sense because this would deter Batman from chasing the helicopter.
Scarecrow has the means to engulf the entire city in fear toxin.
Oh no, not the empty city devoid of innocent civilians.
It still includes criminals and people trying to help the city. Not everyone made it out, and the cloudburst is a dispersal device and it amplifies the effects of the toxin. All Jason needed to do was drive around to spread it, so this is very significant in terms of how dangerous it is.
And I should trust you. Why?
Because without your help, every plant in this city will die.
because gas that makes people afraid of things is also a defoliant.
The fear gas is still bad for the environment. It can render gas masks useless, which means it bypasses any filters for harmful pollutants and contaminates oxygen, which plants need for survival. Plus, if everyone's under fear gas, then nobody's going to water the plants and the constant chaos would only worsen the environment.
More impossible Joker memories.
He recorded the events.
In this one, they basically spell it out for you that the Arkham Knight is Jason Todd.
Yeah, it's almost as if the point is that Batman is denying the possibility because he doesn't want it to be true.
Fear toxin apparently disables electronics now. Is there anything this stuff doesn't do?
Wouldn't it make sense if Scarecrow wants to deter any protective measures from fear toxin?
This scene where Scarecrow's fear toxin covers Gotham is pretty cool, I'll give it that. But if his fear gas is so dense that it can't rise above a few stories, how was he planning to spread it across the eastern seaboard earlier at Ace Chemicals?
The cloudburst is a backup plan since the Ace Chemicals bombing was stopped already.
Also, gassing this mostly empty city accomplished absolutely nothing.
It still shows how broken Gotham is and how Batman's mission to save it has failed. People still lived here and there are still some innocent people in the city. We even see firefighters in the game. The larger goal here is for them to take back control of the city so everybody else can go back home. But they can't do that if Batman fails.
You think you can just bring tanks into Gotham? We hold a city ransom. We create panic and chaos, distraction. As they run scared, we emerge, take over his habitat. Every rooftop, road, and back alley. We draw him out of the shadows and chip away until he has nowhere left to hide. And no one left to hide behind.
My plants are too weak.
Then tell me where to find another.
There's a tree buried deep beneath Founders Island. The Miyagani people called her Ayana.
Earlier, Ivy said there aren't any plants left like her.
Then we need another.
There aren't any left like her.
Then points Batman to a plan just like her.
Okay, play the rest of the dialogue and you'll see that they clearly explain this immediately afterwards.
She won't be able to fight Scarecrow's toxin on her own.
Then we need another.
There aren't any left like her. Not anymore.
What happened?
What do you think? Man, you cut them back, built over them, stopped them from reaching the sun.
If I can locate the roots, could you revive them?
They're lost. Buried beneath this concrete monstrosity. How will you—
The bigger the plant, the deeper the root. You wait here. I'll find a way to break them free.
Am I the only one who did the reading?
Tell me about this broadcast.
Wish I could, sir, but it's on a SWAT channel. Encrypted.
It's Jim.
If Gordon wanted a radio for assistance, why did he do it over an encrypted SWAT channel that no one at GPD had the encryption keys for?
Because other people can intercept it, whether it be the militia, the Arkham Knight, or dirty cops. Limiting who can access it makes it harder for Scarecrow to determine his plan.
Great job, Rocksteady. You took Red Hood, gave him a new name, then pretended he was a new and mysterious character, even though he's exactly the same as he's always been. The Arkham Knight being Jason Todd is the exact same thing as him being Red Hood.
No, this is a different spin on the character. Red Hood wasn't conditioned to hate Batman by the Joker, nor was his goal to kill him out of revenge. He also doesn't blame Batman for not saving him. He blames him for not killing the Joker. The Arkham Knight's critique of Batman is different. While he thinks Batman should have killed the Joker, his larger critique is that Batman brought him along on his war against crime when he was just a kid, and that Batman will always choose the mission over helping his allies.
How long did you wait before replacing me, huh? A month? A week? I trusted you! And you just left me to die!
How long before you stopped searching for me,
How long before you gave up? I was just a kid. You turned me into a soldier, sent me to war.
He's gone. Did he hurt you?
Spare me the good cop, bad cop routine.
No. See, you're supposed to keep me talking. Play for time. Wait for Batman. That's what he taught you, right?
I've got nothing to say to you.
Me? I talked for hours, because I knew, right? Batman was on his way to save me. And the bastard just let me talk. Eventually I just ran out of things to say. So trust me, you can't count on Bruce to save you.
Bruce?
Yeah, Scarecrow doesn't know. It's our little secret. Now here's another. Batman likes to play the hero, Barbara, and he's pretty good at it. But it's an act. Batman's not about saving the innocent, no, he's about punishing the guilty. And don't get me wrong, he'll look for you, or he'll try. But when it comes down to it, when he has to make a choice between you and the mission, he'll choose the mission. Every time.
How did Scarecrow even know what Batman was seeing when he saw Barbara kill herself? Hell, if she wasn't even in that room when Scarecrow gassed it, how did he know to talk about her on the monitor like he knew Batman was hallucinating Barbara?
It's quite easy. Firstly, he pre-recorded a video of Barbara at the location to put the idea in Batman's head that she's in danger. He'd be able to do this during the times that Batman is distracted. He knows that Batman is afraid of losing Barbara throughout the game, so showing her to Batman will force him to think about what will happen to her. Secondly, he waits until there's a confirmation that Batman sees Barbara through his reaction.
We both know fear is theatrics, Batman. So permit me the indulgence of putting on this show.
Ooh, maybe I got Bagface wrong. Oh, here comes the toxin. I can practically taste it.
What's happening?
Barbara!
Yes, you see it now.
That's when he proceeds to instruct Barbara to use the gun, which he would have put there ahead of time, and he would be able to tell if the hallucination worked by Batman's reaction. As soon as Barbara shot herself, Batman dropped to the floor and started crying. Scarecrow would see him doing this and conclude that he saw her die, causing him to deliver his final line.
You will bring death to all who follow you.
So Scarecrow, knowing what he saw, is supported by reasonable deductions based on what he knows Batman is afraid of and how he's reacting to the fear gas.
Fear makes you predictable.
Where's the Batmobile?
Destroyed.
What?
Don't worry. Lucius made a spare.
Earlier, Lucius said it was one of a kind, so unless he was talking about the paint job, that's a pretty big discrepancy.
Since he's working on upgrades that entire night, why not assume he was also working on a spare Batmobile, since it would be seeing the most action tonight?
Batman's suit can stop bullets, but not hypodermic syringes.
Scarecrow aimed between the plates to do this.
Goodbye, Joker.
No! Bruce! Don't leave me!
Apparently, all it takes to cure yourself of an incurable neurological disease is willpower. Guess all the people who've died of Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease just didn't want it bad enough.
So there's a couple things to say to this. Firstly, Batman is actually being affected by the fear toxin, especially in this scene since the fear toxin is what provoked this vision. Secondly, even if you reject that interpretation, it's a mental condition that you can suppress to varying degrees. That's why the symptoms vary amongst the victims, and Batman is known to resist injections that would drive 10 men insane.
How are you doing this? You've ingested enough toxins to drive 10 men insane. What are you?
Batman's mental fortitude and willpower is how he's able to overcome his fear of becoming the Joker. He now understands how his fears can betray him and cause him to lose himself if he lets them.
So a beating in that little speech Batman gave you was all it took to overcome years of psychological trauma and win you back to his side, huh?
Okay, what's Jason's perspective on Batman?
Batman's not about saving the innocent. No, he's about punishing the guilty. But when it comes down to it, when he has to make a choice between you and the mission, he'll choose the mission every time.
What does Batman actually do when he has the chance to punish the guilty and prioritize the mission?
You did this to me.
I'm sorry.
You left me to rot in that abandoned wing of Arkham for over a year! With him.
It's not too late. We can fix this. Together.
Batman's behavior is at odds with Jason's view of him. That would naturally have a significant psychological impact on Jason. It breaks his newfound worldview. And another thing, Jason never wanted Barbara to actually get hurt, so when he learns that she was tossed off a building by Scarecrow and Batman actually saved her, he's going to go after him under the perspective that he was wrong about Batman.
Very well. Get the fellow away from her. He's gone. Did he hurt you? Someone put a gag on her. Anyone hurts her, they're dead man.
So that's just about everything I wanted to cover. It's always a fun time to talk about what Arkham Knight does right. Thank you all for watching. I definitely have some other Arkham content planned, so stay tuned for those videos as well. In the meantime, check out some of my other videos as well, and subscribe if you enjoy them. I'll see you all later. Goodbye.